Welcome to my class on vocabulary associated with peace in the community. What a world we live in today. Can you say there is peace, or that you have a peaceful coexistence with neighbors? Understanding what peace is are sometimes associated with peace will help you answer the question. So what is peace? Peace has been defined in many ways, and as such is that peace is freedom from disturbance, tranquility, that is tranquility. It is also defined as a state or period in which there is no war or that war has ended. Joban Galton also defined peace as the absence of physical and structural violence. Albert Einstein defined peace as not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, of law, of order, in short, of government. Peace is a peace in the community, therefore, is the absence of disturbance or violence among a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Now, I'll be taking you through some terms associated with peace in the community. The first is reunification. Now, reunification is a restoration of political unity to a place or group, especially a divided territory. Then you have conflict. Conflict is a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. You have accord. Accord is an official agreement or treaty. You have mediation. Mediation is the intervention in a dispute in order to resolve it. There is also arbitration. You have democracy. Democracy is the control of an organization or group by the majority of its members. You have cooperation. Cooperation is the action or process of working together to the same end. You have liberation. Liberation is the act of setting someone free from imprisonment, slavery, or oppression. Liberation also means to release someone from imprisonment. We have peacekeeping. Peacekeeping is the active maintenance of a truce between nations or communities, especially by an international military force. We have violence. Violence is behavior involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone or something. We have World Peace Day. World Peace Day is a day that the United Nations General Assembly has declared to be devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace by observing 24 hours of non-violence and ceasefire. The World Peace Day each year is usually observed around the world on 21st of September. We have pacifism. Pacifism is the belief that war and and violence are unjustifiable, and that all disputes should be settled by peaceful means. You have the United Nations, also popularly known as the UN, is an intergovernmental organization that aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation, and the center for harmonizing the actions of nations. You have diplomacy, you have hostility, diplomacy is broadly described as the art of conducting negotiations, agreements, and relations between two or more parties in a sensitive way. Hostility is hostile behavior, unfriendliness, or opposition. You have propitiate. Propitiate is to gain, is a verb. It means to gain or regain the favor or goodwill of someone. You can, like you say, you can propitiate a god or the gods or even God himself. We have the Paris Peace Conference. The Paris Peace Conference was a formal meeting in 1919 and 1920 of the victorious Allies after the war, the end of World War I, to set the peace, or to set the peace terms for the defeated Central Powers. We have scepter. Scepter is an ornamented staff carried by rulers on ceremonial occasions as a symbol of sovereignty. So what does it mean to pacify? To pacify is to quell the anger, agitations, or excitement of someone. You have concord. Concord is an agreement or harmony between people or groups. You have concordance. Concordance is also agreement or consistency. You have treaty. Treaty is a formal agreement between two or more states in reference to peace. Alliance, commerce, other international relations. You have security order. Security order is a policy of temporary secrecy by police or those in charge of security in order to protect the person or place, as on and so forth, that was threatened with danger from further risk. Now the word peaceable means inclined to avoid conflict or dissent. You have the word placidity. Placidity is a feeling of calmness, a feeling of quiet and undisturbed feeling. You have Alcyon. Alcyon means denoting a period of time in the past that was idyllically happy and peaceful. What does it mean to appease? To appease is to pacify or placate someone by acceding to their demands. You have homeostasis. Homeostasis is a property of cells in the body of living organisms that allows the maintenance of regulation of the stability and constancy needed to function properly. Homeostasis is a property of cells, of tissues, and organisms as a state of the body that allows the maintenance and regulation of stability and constancy needed to function properly. So that's more of an internal peace when one's body is balanced by reason of the actions of cells and tissues that ensure that balance internally. The word irony. This word is pronounced irony. Irony is in Greek mythology is the goddess or the personification of peace and one of the Horai. She is a daughter of Zeus and Themis, and her sisters are Dike and Eunomia. Irony is Greek, from Greek mythology, as the personification of peace, and her Roman counterpart is Pax. You have Rave. But rave is to talk incoherently. When it says somebody is in a state of rave, so talk incoherently as if one were delirious or mad. I mentioned pacifism before, says the state or the belief in that war and peace are unjustifiable. But now a pacifist, from the word pacifism, is a person who believes that war and violence are unjustifiable. So that is my package for vocabulary associated with peace in the community. There are more words to learn about peace. Do give yourself the privilege of learning more words to enrich your vocabulary.